What if one of crypto's most misunderstood projects was quietly building the future while everyone else stopped paying attention? What if the real revolution wasn't happening in the hype-driven coins we see trending every week, but in a project that's actually rebuilding the internet itself? That's exactly what's happening with ICP, the internet computer. Once called a failed project after its price collapse, ICP has spent the last 2 years developing technologies that most blockchains still can't match. It's not just chasing speed or DeFi profits, it's creating an entirely new kind of internet, decentralized, autonomous, and unstoppable. So before you judge, let's uncover what's really happening behind the scenes. Because the story of ICP isn't about a price crash. It's about one of the biggest silent comebacks in crypto history. This video is created for educational and informational purposes only. It does not promote or endorse any financial product, investment, or cryptocurrency. All information presented here is based on publicly available sources and independent analysis. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research before making any financial or technological decisions. In the fast-paced world of cryptocurrency, attention shifts quickly. One week, the market celebrates a new meme coin or AI token. The next, it forgets about projects that are quietly building world-changing technology. The Internet computer, known as ICP, is a perfect example of this imbalance. After its explosive launch and equally dramatic crash in 2021, many wrote ICP off as another overhyped blockchain experiment. Yet beneath that faded spotlight, the project never stopped evolving. In fact, over the last 2 years, ICP has achieved a level of technological maturity that very few projects can match. So, in this video, let's explore ICP's silent comeback, the growing gap between its market price and its actual development progress. We'll look at what the team has been building, how its ecosystem has expanded, and whether the current valuation truly reflects what's happening behind the scenes. When ICP first hit the market in May 2021, it was one of the most ambitious launches in crypto history. Backed by years of research and developed by the Decentralization Foundation, ICP wasn't just another blockchain promising fast transactions. It aimed to reinvent the internet, to build a decentralized network where websites, apps, and data could live directly on-chain, free from centralized cloud providers. That vision captured massive attention. The token quickly reached a market capitalization of tens of billions of dollars, ranking among the top 10 cryptocurrencies almost overnight. But then reality hit. Many early investors didn't fully understand what ICP was trying to achieve. It wasn't designed to be a quick DeFi platform or a speculative meme coin. It was a long-term infrastructure project. When expectations clashed with the slow pace of deep tech development, the price fell sharply. From over $700 per token, ICP dropped below $10, leaving a trail of skepticism behind. Critics claimed it had failed. But while traders moved on, the developers didn't stop. The fall in price didn't mean the fall of progress. In fact, it forced ICP to return to its core, building quietly without the pressure of hype. While social media moved on to other trends like NFTs, GameFi, and AI tokens, ICP's developers focused on solving fundamental blockchain challenges. Their goal remained the same, to make the internet computer the first fully on-chain cloud. Most blockchains still rely heavily on centralized servers for hosting. For example, Ethereum dApps often use Amazon Web Services, AWS, for front-end delivery, while Solana validators use off-chain data for indexing. ICP takes a completely different approach. Its canister smart contracts can store, process, and serve both the back-end logic and the front-end user interface directly from the blockchain itself. That means an app built on ICP doesn't just interact with the blockchain, it lives there. Every button, database, and function runs natively within the network. This architecture allows developers to build entire websites and applications without touching centralized cloud services. Imagine running Twitter, Spotify, or even ChatGPT on a blockchain. That's the level of decentralization ICP is working toward. The power of chain key technology. One of ICP's biggest breakthroughs is something called chain key technology. It's the backbone that allows ICP to scale globally while keeping its operations decentralized and secure. Here's what makes it special. Instead of depending on thousands of independent nodes signing data individually, chain key cryptography allows the entire network to produce a single cryptographic key that represents the chain. This key lets ICP interact directly with other blockchains and even with traditional internet systems. It's what enables cross-chain communication, on-chain web hosting, and direct API calls without intermediaries. Think of it as giving ICP the ability to speak the language of the internet natively. For example, it can generate HTTPS requests or even host real websites, something that most blockchains simply can't do. This is why ICP stands apart. It's not just competing with Ethereum or Solana, it's creating a new category entirely, a decentralized computation platform that merges blockchain with the traditional internet. AI meets blockchain. One of the most fascinating directions ICP has recently taken is the integration of artificial intelligence directly on-chain. Most AI systems today are heavily centralized. They rely on large cloud providers for model storage and execution, companies like OpenAI, Google, and Amazon. ICP is changing that dynamic. Developers can now deploy and run AI models inside canisters, meaning machine learning models can process data securely, privately, and without leaving the blockchain environment. This is a massive step toward trustless AI, where the logic and results of a model can be verified on-chain without exposing the underlying data. This opens up potential for decentralized chatbots, autonomous agents, and data-driven applications that don't rely on big tech infrastructure. In the long run, this could make ICP a major player in the AI-X blockchain convergence, a trend that many believe will define the next era of Web3. Governance through the SNS framework. Another milestone that often goes unnoticed is the SNS, Service Nervous System framework, a system that lets developers fully decentralize their applications through DAO-style governance. When a project launches an SNS, control of its code, updates, and treasury is handed to a community of token holders rather than a private company. This allows apps on ICP to evolve autonomously, governed by transparent on-chain proposals. We've already seen successful examples. Platforms like OpenChat, a decentralized messaging app, and Kynic, a blockchain-based search engine, have transitioned to community-led governance through SNS. This kind of decentralization isn't symbolic, it's structural. It aligns perfectly with ICP's broader vision, not just to decentralize money, but to decentralize the entire digital infrastructure of the internet. Ecosystem growth and real adoption. Yet, despite the lack of mainstream attention, ICP's ecosystem has been growing steadily. Hundreds of projects are now being developed or hosted on the internet computer. These range from decentralized social networks to NFT marketplaces, cloud storage platforms, and AI-integrated tools. A few standouts include DSCVR, a decentralized social media platform built entirely on ICP. OpenChat, a secure blockchain-native alternative to messaging apps like WhatsApp. ICP-Swap, a native DeFi platform that offers swaps, staking, and liquidity pools on-chain. Hot or Not, a social entertainment platform that uses ICP's infrastructure for media distribution. These projects highlight that the internet computer isn't just theoretical anymore. It's functional. Developers are choosing it because it provides speed, scalability, and genuine decentralization. What's even more impressive is the developer activity behind all of this. According to several independent reports, ICP consistently ranks among the top blockchains for code commits and overall contribution volume. That means more developers are actively improving, testing, and deploying code on ICP than on many higher-valued projects. Why the market hasn't caught up? If ICP is building so much, then why doesn't its price reflect that? The answer lies in the psychology of the crypto market. Investors often chase narratives, not fundamentals. Projects that dominate headlines or launch aggressive marketing campaigns tend to attract more short-term attention, while those focused on deep technical innovation often get overlooked. ICP's complexity also plays a role. Its technology is hard to summarize in a short slogan. Terms like chain key cryptography and on-chain cloud computation don't sound as catchy as AI tokens or layer 2 scaling. As a result, many traders underestimate what ICP is doing because it doesn't fit into the typical categories of blockchain hype. However, the market eventually adjusts. When technology reaches a visible level of adoption, when users can directly experience decentralized apps that outperform centralized ones, valuations tend to follow. And that's where ICP's silent comeback becomes interesting. While it hasn't seen a dramatic price rally yet, the groundwork for a long-term rebound is already in motion. The metrics tell a different story. Let's look at some measurable indicators. Developer activity. ICP consistently ranks in the top tier for daily GitHub commits. This signals steady organic progress rather than speculative buzz. Network stability. Since its mainnet launch, ICP has maintained strong uptime, handling millions of queries and canister calls daily. Ecosystem funding. The Definity Foundation continues to support new developers through grants and incubation programs, ensuring long-term ecosystem health. On-chain users. Apps like DSCVR and OpenChat have thousands of active users, a rare achievement for fully decentralized platforms. These are not vanity stats. They reflect a blockchain that's alive, evolving, and sustainable. The price may not mirror these metrics yet, but if history is any guide, markets eventually reward real progress. Just as Ethereum took years to gain recognition for its smart contract revolution, ICP's innovations could take time before investors truly grasp their significance. Redefining what a blockchain can do. To appreciate ICP's value, it's important to realize how different its design philosophy is. Traditional blockchains handle financial logic, transactions, swaps, staking, but rely on centralized infrastructure for everything else. ICP flips that model entirely. It allows developers to host everything on-chain, from databases to media files. This removes dependencies on big tech servers and introduces a new kind of internet, one that is autonomous, secure, and censorship-resistant. For instance, an app built on ICP can store user data on-chain in encrypted form. It doesn't need external storage providers, making data breaches or censorship nearly impossible. It's a huge leap toward Web3 as it was originally imagined, a truly decentralized web, not just decentralized finance. The long road, or FAM, ahead. Of course, challenges remain. ICP's complexity means onboarding new developers can be slow. Its user interface tools and educational resources are still catching up to more established platforms like Ethereum. Additionally, the broader crypto market continues to fluctuate based on macroeconomic conditions, which affects all tokens, regardless of merit. But what separates ICP from short-lived projects is persistence. The Definity Foundation and its community have shown a long-term commitment to vision over volatility. The focus isn't on marketing spikes, but on laying down the infrastructure for a self-sustaining decentralized internet. If that mission succeeds, the potential upside is enormous, not just in token price, but in the global shift toward digital autonomy. Why the silent comeback matters. Every cycle in crypto has its comeback stories. Projects that were dismissed early but later recognized for their real contributions. For example, Ethereum went through years of criticism before DeFi and NFTs brought attention back. Cardano too was labeled overhyped for years until its ecosystem matured. ICP could be next. Its comeback isn't happening through explosive price moves or viral moments. It's happening through steady, verifiable progress. More developers are joining, more apps are launching, more governance models are becoming decentralized. The foundation is being rebuilt piece by piece, away from the noise. And in many ways, that's the healthiest kind of growth, one rooted in utility, not speculation. So, does the current price of ICP reflect its real value? Probably not. At its core, ICP represents one of the most complete and forward-looking visions in blockchain. It's solving problems that most other projects haven't even started to address. The gap between what ICP is doing and how it's valued may simply be a matter of timing. When developers and enterprises start realizing they can build fully on-chain systems with ICP, systems that are faster, cheaper, and safer than traditional cloud setups, demand could rise naturally. In that sense, ICP isn't just competing in the crypto market, it's competing with the global cloud computing industry itself. And that's a trillion-dollar arena. The next phase of ICP's journey will likely revolve around visibility. The technology is strong, but awareness remains low. Educating the market about what makes ICP different will be key. The Definity Foundation has already started initiatives to simplify developer onboarding, improve documentation, and integrate with mainstream crypto tools like MetaMask and Chainlink. These steps will help bridge the gap between ICP's deep tech and broader usability. And as more AI projects, DeFi platforms, and social dApps migrate to ICP, the narrative could shift from the project that crashed to the project that built something no one else could. Building the future in silence. ICP's story is one of resilience and focus. It entered the market with one of the biggest visions in blockchain history. And while its price stumbled, its purpose never did. Today, ICP stands as a symbol of quiet persistence in a noisy industry. It's building real infrastructure while most of the market chases trends. It's developing technology that could redefine how the internet itself operates. The price may still be low, but progress doesn't stop for sentiment. The internet computer continues to grow, innovate, and attract builders who see beyond speculation. And maybe that's what makes this comeback so unique. It's not loud or flashy, but it's real. ICP isn't just trying to recover, it's redefining what blockchain can become. When the market eventually catches up to the technology, this silent comeback might be remembered as one of the most significant transformations in the crypto space. All right, if you learned something new or enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.